Permit me, Your Excellence, to protest against the assumption that I wish for a war, and also to protest against the underlying principle that the military point of view ought to be different from the human. We exist in order to protect the country should an enemy threaten it, just as a fire engine exists in order to put out a fire if it breaks out, but that gives the soldier no right to desire war any more than a fireman to wish for fire. Both involve misfortune, heavy misfortune, and no one, as a man, ought to rejoice over the misfortunes of his fellow men. And that would be my favorite passage from Lay Down Your Arms by Bertha von Suttner, the very first woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. I figured since we're diving into battles of legend for the last time today, that we ought to remind ourselves of the legendary efforts to maintaining peace as well. If not for peace, who knows if any of us would be here, enjoying something as simple as opening a pack of cards. So let's enjoy it to the fullest and start opening this up right this moment. And it has opened. First card of today is the Kaiju Files, which is just a peek into what I would imagine is the room of Matt Frank, comic book artist, let's player and kaiju fanatic extraordinaire. Let's see, it's a continuous spelled card. Each time a kaiju monster is special summoned from the hand and or GY, place one kaiju counter on this card, maximum of 5. Once per turn you can target one kaiju monster on the field, destroy that monster, then special summon one kaiju monster with a different original name from your deck to its controller's field. You can send this card with 3 or more kaiju counters to the GY, add one kaiju spell or trap from your deck to your hand except the Kaiju Files. It should be pretty obvious that I can't use this, so sorry Kaiju Files. You'll be going back to the secret vault that you came from. Next up we've got Dark Lord Eggshell. Eggshell Saga. She appears to be some kind of fallen angel, a fallen seraphim perhaps, and her halo is red with a bunch of spiky things. She's a 10-star fairy with an attack of 2500 and a defense of 2900. Strongest darn fairy I've ever seen. You can discard this card and one Dark Lord card, draw 2 cards. Quick effect, you can pay 1000 life points, then target one Dark Lord spell or trap in your GY, apply that target's effect, then shuffle that target into the deck. You can only use each effect of Dark Lord Eggshell once per turn. You can only special summon Dark Lord Eggshell once per turn. She's strong and sexy, but she ain't got them effects that I'm looking for. You fell from grace and now you're falling out of my deck. Coming up next, it is Litmus Doom Swordsman. Oh my god, an actual ritual monster. A fancy caped swordsman with a broken fidget spinner on his head. He's an 8-star warrior monster with an attack and defense of 0. You can ritual summon this card with Litmus Doom Ritual. It is unaffected by trap effects and cannot be destroyed by battle. Gains 3000 attack and defense while a trap is on the field. If this ritual summoned card in its owner's control is destroyed by your opponent's card, you can target one trap in either GY, set it to your spell and trap zone. Had to go back and check on my previous packs, and it does seem like I indeed did pull Litmus Doom Ritual at one point. So that's kinda cool. I may not use him in this deck, but I do now own all of the cards that would make him usable. Whoop-de-doo for me. Coming up next, we've got Gaia Saber, the Lightning Shadow. And it's quite apparent that he's supposed to be Gaia the Fierce Knight, except all Tron-like. He's a link-free machine monster who requires 2+ monsters to be summoned, and he's got an attack of 2600. I think I probably could use this guy, if I just figure out how link summoning works. Link and pendulum monsters confuse me to this day. And finally we got Cyber El Tanin. And oh boy, this design. Could we just add like 2, 3 or 5 more dragon heads in here? It looks like a dragon is riding a mechanical dragon scooter. And he's a 10-star machine monster with question marks for stats. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing all light machine monsters from your field and GY. This card's attack and defense becomes the number of banished monsters banished by a special summon times 500. If this card is special summoned, send all other face-up monsters on the field to the GY.
Ain't got any of those.
Well then, to use the technical term, I'm fucked. I will be putting Gaius Saber in my extra deck since he's a free card, but then I need to choose 2 cards out of 4 practically useless ones. Guess I'll pick Dark Lord Ixchel simply because it's at least possible for me to summon her. Very unlikely, but at least it's possible. Then I've got a ritual monster with no ritual spell, and a spell and a machine with none of the necessary parts. Actually, hold on. We're going with Litmus Doom Swordsman. Since he's a warrior, I could technically use my Super Team Body Force Unite card to bring him out. Again, not very likely to be used, but at least possible to use. And that does it for this episode. Probably one of the toughest ones yet. Fingers crossed for better cards next time, and I'll hope you take care of yourself, and I'll catch you later.